it down a little bit.
Which way?
That way. There we go. I think that's better. Okay.
Yeah, so everybody's in the shot.
Fix my hair.
Fix your hair.
Yeah, fix the hair.
Looks good. Nice. Nice. Now it's good.
No one wants to shovel.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. All right. I mean, are you guys ready to roll? We'll just
Yeah.
Go in.
Where's my sign?
You don't have a sign. We haven't had a sign in like 30 episodes. What's up, everybody? It's Josh and Jess here with God Hates Unicorns, and we're here with another very exciting round of bands and artists we like and support that aren't as good as God Hates Unicorns. And here with us today, we have a great band who we love a lot, Anxiety at Best.
What's up? Hey guys.
Hey.
Yeah.
Love you too.
Hello. How are you guys doing? It's so nice to see you again on the screen.
Doing good.
We're good. Pretty good. We've had a nice little writing break. So that's been nice to not be busy with shows because we were very busy with shows for a while.
Very busy.
So it's been nice to just kind of chill out for the holidays, do some writing and have some interviews like with doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you were like, you still are. You're having like the littlest break for shows, but one of the most active bands out there by far. Like you are out there and getting it all the time. Like just you're getting it.
One of it.
That's why we do it, because we love, honestly, we love playing shows because we love meeting people, especially people if they're as cool as you guys, like we have so many friends now in the local scene that it's just awesome, and building the connections and having bands that you love playing shows with, and you get to you get excited to play shows because the band's there.
Yeah. That's why I love the scene. It's just getting to meet all the people like you all. And getting to play with them and then getting to watch them. I feel like the nice thing about the local scene is that there's so much good stuff that like you might start out like, I'm gonna go see my friends, and then it's like I'm gonna go see my favorite band. It's like this is my jam, and I got to be in the front row for it, and it's so cool and so fun. So yeah, I mean, you all have had a crazy year. Did you guys start out playing music this year, or were you doing it prior?
We were doing it prior. When was our first show? Was in like 2019, 2020?
The first show before you were even
before I even was
before
in
Caitlin was even in the band was in October of 2019.
Okay.
And it was way different setup. And I think the first show that Caitlin played with the band
was on my birthday.
Yeah.
1 year.
Yeah. It was like a pre-Thanksgiving show.
Yeah.
So we did start in 2019, but then Chris came along, after Caitlin. And then we went for like a whole year being drumless.
Oh, and COVID.
And COVID hit too.
Yeah.
COVID. We had so many shows get canceled, like so many awesome shows that were supposed to happen but just didn't because of COVID. And then of course, like we didn't have a drummer, we didn't have a live drummer, so we were programming all of our drum tracks. And let me tell you, it's like the most, just in our experience, at least for me, I feel like it was like, oh yeah, we have these drum tracks ready to go, but then it's like you don't account for technical difficulties, and I'm just like, man, this is embarrassing.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
So we found Alex then, and actually right whenever Alex joined the band is whenever like when the show started, like we had a real drummer again, and the shows just like started coming. So
I had less than a month to learn most of the songs, and we just kind of went from there, and I try to make them as most of my own as I could. But it made it easy because they all knew their parts really well, so it was just kind of easy to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have such a great sound and you do it very well. And we've had the pleasure of seeing you and playing with you multiple times now, and it's a great show. It's a fun show. So that's cool. I didn't know that Anxiety at Best was around for so long because I don't know everything.
this Anxiety Best, like what our core group is still kind of new. Like I said, before the COVID and before all that, it was a lot of here and there people, like, you know, like not officially, like the core group that we have of Anxiety Best, which has been the longest. This is what Anxiety Best is.
Like we didn't officially become Anxiety Best with our current lineup now until probably late 2021. Like that's when we really officially became like us.
Yeah. Well, well, that's awesome. He's over here burping. I'm like, okay. I didn't know if there was words happening. Okay. Well, feel free to say the word.
What's great though, like, you know, playing with you guys so many times this past year is like seeing show to show, like differences and like, you know, like, I don't want to say the word growth, but growth, like seeing it like, oh shit, this band is awesome. And they just added this part to this, you know, or this stage, you know, what do you call it?
Like this stage show is
Yeah.
more and more animated. It's exciting to watch. It's great to listen to. It's very well done. It's a lot of fun, and the nice thing about it too is it always is.
Yeah.
Like I've never been like, oh, you know, they had a night. You know, it's just like very consistently awesome.
You caught us on some of our better nights then.
Yeah. You got some rough times.
We feel that you guys, like every time I see you guys, like you guys put on such an entertaining show too. Like Jess, Josh, you guys are everywhere out in the crowd. You know, you guys have fun with it, you know, and I know like even while Josh has been doing something, he'll come over and like, you know, like pat me down or something. We, you know, whatever you want to do, Josh, you like kind of just do it. And like for you guys, like it's so entertaining also. And every time that I see you guys play, it's always great and it gets better each time. But then it's like you always change it up with something new. And I kind of like when I play shows, I kind of take that and like, you know, I take inspiration from you guys because it's like, all right, what can I do new this show that people who have seen us, they don't know what I'm going to do. Or, you know, I think we all do that actually.
Yeah.
As a band, you kind of have to.
There's only so many people in Pittsburgh to come see our bands play.
You got to keep it fresh.
So, like,
Sweet. Thank you so much. Yeah, you gotta exactly. You gotta keep, you know, making it exciting because there are going to be new people that see you every time, but you're also going to have the same audience. And it's like, well, what are you going to do for them? You can't just be like, I'm singing this song again.
Same exact set, same exact mannerisms.
Yeah.
That was the real thing.
Mannerisms.
Yeah.
Manners is a great song.
Manners.
Listen, he's a little too high right now.
No, I love it. Oh my God. You guys are so much fun. And I think that one of the best things about you, which isn't maybe fair to say actually, but one of the best things about you is I get so excited to just like hang out with you. Not like even showtime, just like, oh, we're gonna get to hang out with them because they're the fun crew and they bring the fun crew. And I know it's always gonna be fun, like even outside of just like the performing piece, like y'all are so much fun to just be around.
Oh, well, thanks.
One of the things I really like about your set is that you do have, you know, like such a presence and so many people that follow and are there to like help like really rile up the audience too. It's like you always have this mosh pit or like something crazy. It's not even just on stage, like it goes beyond the stage and it becomes part of your show. And it's something it's so fun to watch that I've never seen any other band do. Like, you know, it's so cool.
Well, thank you. That means a lot. As like the band that I know, like we're like all metalheads for the most part. You know, we listen to heavy music, a lot of us. Alex probably not. Alex listens to everything. But for me, as a metalhead, one of the best things I like to see in like a show is a mosh pit. For me, if I see a mosh pit happen, it means that like I feel like I've succeeded, you know, in that show. Because like I don't know, it brings me joy to see people like running into each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the end of the shout out to like Adam,
Yeah.
Thomas, and all them who are always in the crowd helping get that started, because we always have a good crew with us anyway. We have a lot of great friends that just help us get along through just from my drum setup or just anything else that needs to be carried in.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we're so lucky to have such great like friends who also come support us, like Peyton, who takes all of our pictures for all of us, Adam, who basically helps him set up drums and just load us in, and Thomas, who also he's not as often of a show goer, but he will still come and just like kind of him and Adam will like rattle each other up and rattle the crowd
They
up.
get
It's
the party
great.
going.
It's great. They get the party going.
They do. And that's why I'm like,
We're gonna steal them.
nope. Although
We're gonna take them.
I'm not thinking about it, but we're not stealing their entourage. But it's so cool you have an entourage, and I like you're not taking it. We might take Peyton.
I mean,
Listen.
They're ours now.
we can share.
Oh yeah, Payne needs to do more and more like photos. She's awesome at
We
it.
can share.
yeah.
You can't have her, but we can share her.
We should reach out to Peyton to like do photos of things. So yeah, I would love to see Peyton like really like she everything. Talk about growth too. I know we should have her on the podcast at some point. Like I remember the
Definitely.
first pictures I saw that she took. I was like, those are really cool. And like the most recent ones, I'm like, those are really fucking cool. Holy shit! Like they've gotten. It wasn't that they weren't good before, but they've gotten so much better. It's like every single show, I'm like, wow, you guys are killing it more, and she's killing it more, and the whole crowd and the whole thing is just like growing and becoming this absolute force in nature. So really cool, super awesome. One thing we were discussing in the car earlier today is anxiety at best, and what does that mean?
So actually, an ex-girlfriend of mine came up with the name officially, kind of, because I wanted to start this band and I suffer from anxiety a lot, as you guys know. I know Jess, me and you have talked about it, me and Josh,
Yeah.
we've talked about it. And I was trying to think of this name that could be like a cool band name. I didn't know what else to put at best. So the ex-girlfriend was like, well, anxiety at best. I'm like, I kind of asked the same thing. Well, what does that mean? And she said, well, we all have good days and we all have bad days if you have anxiety. Most times it's either good or bad. She was like, this is whenever anxiety is at its best. And so that means you're having a great day. It's tolerable. Nothing's kind of letting you down. So that's why we try to the music that we write kind of too. It's like we try to write, cool music to like bring people's spirits up, where it's like we're hoping that your anxiety is at its best while you listen to us, kind of. Unless you're in a mosh pit, then it might not be.
Yeah. you want to have some adrenaline in the pit.
Yeah.
Or else you get knocked over immediately like I did.
I was kind of wrong.
You were wrong. We were thinking it was more like oh fuck, what's happening? Well, at best it's anxiety, like more of like the opposite, like it's so fucking terrible. Hopefully this
Yeah. I guess it all depends on how the person wants to look at it, because that's not how I viewed it, but that is something that people might view it as.
Yeah, kind of like seeing like, oh, this is my anxiety at its best right now. Like whatever your level of anxiety is, however you're functioning that day, that's your best.
That's your best. It's the best you can do.
I've
And
never had anxiety.
that's a lie.
Call him out.
A really, really bad anxiety. I don't like I am the kind of person that doesn't like to talk about like what's actually happening. I like to like just be like a picture book, like here are the nice things and that's it, and that's all you see. But then in the it's terrible, because I just like now, even like, because I find myself like I'll rock and I'll just like doing things, and then I'm
I've
like
been doing a
reading.
lot of this, the whole podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. But then I see like my daughter and like both of us are sitting there rocking, reading a story. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I gotta like get control over this because now you're rocking. Like we can't just both be like, get through this evening. Like it's really hard. And
Yeah.
sometimes it affects you so much and you don't even like know what's happening until it's like you're sitting there reading Captain Underpants and everybody's just rocking in the room.
Is that your favorite book, Jess?
It is. I love Captain Underpants.
Really?
No joke. It's not my favorite grown-up book, but it's one of my favorite kid books. And I love the author Dave Pilkey, and I highly recommend it. Because the nice thing about it is this guy, he's somebody I admire because in school, like he had like a lot of behavioral issues, had ADHD, was like kind of like, you know, had a really difficult time getting through school. And now he writes a lot of things that are for kids that are, you know, kind of targeted towards like being who you are and preserving your creativity, and also like puts in a lot of like life lessons about like equality and stuff like that, and it's just absolutely sprinkled with potty humor, and I couldn't recommend it more for anyone who has kids. I do really like these books.
That's awesome.
But it's not my favorite grown-up book. Do you guys like to read? Do you guys have favorite books?
I do.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about them.
Okay. Well, my favorite series is the Shadow and Bone series. It's now a Netflix show, but I was reading it way before it was ever even discussed being a show. And the show is really good at capturing like what the books did, but like that's probably my favorite book series. It's like a young adult, like kind of fantasy world setup. Really good, really well done. I love all the author's works.
I like fiction. I like fantasy.
Yeah, my favorite book, I'm not really the I don't read much, but To Kill a Mockingbird or The Great Gatsby. Those are my two favorite.
Great.
I love fantasy books, and like I also like poetry a lot too. Like I write poetry and stuff, but I do I like Lord of the Rings a lot. I like Chronicles of Narnia, but then I also love like Shel Silverstein and like yeah, and like Doctor.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and like different things like that. Like I enjoy like I guess I'm like pretty versatile with it. Like I also love Stephen King books too.
Yeah.
So like I get into horror.
I don't know. Fantasy books are kind of my jam, like overall, mainly. That's pretty much it. I don't know.
I like fiction. I like but I like things that are like very like kind of they're fiction, but they're characters that I can relate to. Like I like oh gosh, I like the Bible. Right, all of those things. God, who's my favorite author? Why can't I think of his name? Did the corrections and freedom and all that. Well, stay tuned. I'll put it in the notes.
Just we'll edit it later with you saying the right author's name.
That's no, I'm so mad. Look it up. Jonathan Franzen. I didn't have to look it up. So if you like things that are fiction but kind of real life and make you feel like maybe you're gonna cry also while you're reading, Jonathan Franzen's a good author. What's your favorite?
John Paul John.
Yes, the Bible.
I like Irvine Welsh's books. The Strange in Acid House and
Is that where you discovered God Hates Unicorns?
the Bible.
Yeah.
No, we was a trip to the Creation Museum.
Oh, I think you did tell me about that. Yeah, you told me about that one show we played together.
Yeah, it's the best place on earth.
No, it's not.
It really is not, but it also is.
It's worse.
They built a life-size ark, and then it got water damage.
And then there's
Wait,
That's great.
that's hilarious.
Like Ken Ham is a fucking worst person. That's the curator and the person who runs the place is Ken Ham. And you just know with a name like that, he's
Ham.
like Ken Ham.
Ken Ham. No, it's funny and serious.
It's like Ken Ham, that guy sucks. You just know it.
But like whenever you're like, I would assume seeing somebody as a parent being like, look, little Stevie, the dinosaurs used to eat all fruit until we sinned. Live together. It's just like, no.
There's an animatronic T-Rex eating a fucking pineapple. It's a real legit museum. It's huge.
Are you sure that's legit?
Why doesn't it just say Jesus on the back of a pterodactyl or something? Come on.
I mean, it's not legit like as in true. It's legit as like it's like
It is a thing that is real,
like
It's amazing though.
they have a fucking planetarium.
which is horrifying.
Can we all go there together?
Yes.
It's like a bad acid
Do you
trip.
want to support these people and give them $30?
No, not really.
I mean, I went a few times back in the day, and it was very fun. And basically, it was just us walking around, pointing and laughing at things because it's fucking ridiculous. Because it's like, believe what you want, but like, I'm not gonna, give way to the idea that the Earth is like 10,000 years old.
Was it cheaper back then to get into, or was it?
It was.
Okay, well there you go.
Fucking inflation.
Fucking inflation. Thanks, bud. Fuck.
Oh my god.
No, but it's a very magical place, and I recommend it. It's like better than Disney World.
Oh.
Does Disney World have a fucking T-Rex eating a pineapple?
Doesn't.
Yes, they might now.
They might
They
know.
might now.
We certainly don't have Disney World money to go check, so we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't have
Look
creation
at that.
museum money right now.
So you guys are taking a break writing.
Yes.
You guys have plans for a release of anything in the near future, or?
I mean, right now we don't really have a whole lot. We just know that we're kind of figuring out more of the direction we want to go with our music, and really just kind of writing a bunch of different variety of styles to see like what really sticks, what do we want to do. And once we figure out that portion of it, then we're probably going to do more like a release of like, okay, here's an album full of what we wanted to make, basically. It's kind of how I pictured it.
We do have what was so like Caitlin said, we have like a lot, we have a couple different songs like almost kind of done that we've been working on that we like the idea of. We do officially now have our first show booked for next year though. So we do have to like have some new stuff ready for this show, which is March 17th.
No pressure.
Yeah, right. No pressure on us. Yeah. It's we did get on a show March 17th at the Green Beacon Gallery.
Ooh, what day?
Which is St. Patty's Day.
Oh, that's
With
a rough
us.
one for driving, but
Yeah.
maybe we could stay there. Oh, it's a Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Friday?
Uh,
Oh, fuck yeah.
So
Okay.
that did give us a little bit of a pressure now, because it's like, all right, we actually have a show book now. We promised people new music. Let's do it, guys. Like,
Also, this is our first time writing together as a full band, so it's a little bit of a new experience, which is fun. But it also has its own challenges too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. We're kind of experiencing some challenges. We have 2 new members right now.
how's
Both of
that
them
going?
announced. We announced Jessie on bass. We have another girl. So girls in music, let's get it done. But it's hard. And it's nice because I know how busy you have been. So it's like you really need that time to be able to devote to it.
Absolutely. Because
that's
before it was more like, of course, we wrote like 2 newer songs like with Alex in the band, but before he was just learning what we had already written prior to him joining. So yeah, like he put his own twist on it, but he didn't like write them with us, so this is a whole nother ball game for us, like actually coming together and writing with all 4 of our ideas coming into play.
Because I definitely think a little bit differently. Like a lot of my favorite genres like swing, like blues, jazz. Like I kind of like that kind of stuff, but also I want to learn how to do the heavier stuff. I want to be able to mix it well and have it fun and weird, funky stuff. Like I don't know. It's my
That's
goal.
awesome, though. I think that's important to have like different influences, and
Yeah.
especially like a drummer that loves swing, it's like that adds so much zazz to your band, like, you know.
Yeah, we gotta catch up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. So March is going to be the first show out. So you got a little bit of time to get some stuff done. You're at the dock right now, and this is that where you usually practice?
So not right here. We're in the office part, but yes, we have a jam spot in the back. Yes.
The whole building, yes.
Yes.
The whole building is like the dock, but yeah, we're in the office, one office part of it towards the front of the building. There's a door to the side that way. I don't know why I'm trying to explain the
I just
dimensions of
work
this
here.
place. But yeah, it's a big old warehouse in the back. We practice, set up shows there, hang out, record, whatever we need to fucking do. It's basically our second home.
That's awesome. Yes, I was surprised because I'm like, whose little stockings are these? Like, what's happening?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my sister put those up because like my dad basically rents his place out. He runs his air freight business out of here. So,
Okay.
we have all the stockings of all the people that work here
Why do
or
we-
work here. Like, we have like me, my dad, this old dude Bob. Like we have a bunch of different people.
Where's mine at?
You don't work here.
I mean, I want one though.
You don't drive trucks.
No.
Bring your own little stocking, Everett.
I'm
Yeah,
going to.
Everett.
To be
Alex.
honest, to be honest, my sister will probably end up making you guys one for next year.
Aw.
Oh,
Aw.
That's so nice.
Thanks, Tracy. Not Alex.
Well, now since I called her out, she's gonna have to if she sees this.
Dude, your sister loves me. I'll just
know.
Yeah. She'll make me like
We'll tag her in the comment. We'll tag her in the
Exactly. Now she has to. She has to make one for every single person like that comes to the dock and does shows and everything else. The whole family of the music team of the dock.
gets us. Anyone who docks gets the stocks.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
good docking.
Yo, we've had so many people. I've had so many people ask me, like when they come to a dock show or their first time being here, I've had so many people ask me if it was a boat dock. And I'm like, yeah, and it makes sense because I never specify like it's indoor. I just say, oh, we're doing a show at the dock. Oh, we're hanging out at the dock. Oh, do I have to dress warm? Is it like outside? I've had like a lot of people ask me that over the years. And no, it's not a boat dock.
Trucker
It's
slime.
a yeah.
Yeah, it's not even close to what I think of when I hear the word.
No.
So which one of you are covered?
What?
No. We'll message you afterwards. Anyway. Is a very special union.
It is.
But
I'm writing a love song about it.
you are.
I can't wait to hear
It's gonna be so bad.
It is. But what else? What do you want to tell the kids? Because you've been really successful and I've admired your work and what you're doing. And I think you're great. And what would you say to people who want to do what you're doing?
I mean, honestly, you just got to be willing to put in the work, put in the time, because there are so many times where like we have dedicated practices 2 days a week at least. And if you're not willing to put in the time, put in the efforts, like what's the point? Like you got to be willing to sacrifice things if this is what you really want to do.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate, just start doing it.
Yeah.
For me, it's a lot of like I said, my favorite thing about being in a band is playing the shows, not because I so much like that, but because I like connecting with the people. If you're going to do a band, connecting is one of the best ways you could possibly gain more shows, gain more fans, just knowing people that's how we know you guys, connecting and everything. And, we've connected with so many great people through music. And for me, that's the more connections you can make, the better.
I say invest into the history of the instrument that you like. Find out who made the instrument unique. Do something. Find out the history. Like personally on the drum set is only roughly around 100 years old. Like the first commercial drum set I think was sold in 1919. So like before that, people made it themselves. I think young musicians should go back and look through the history because the guitar goes way further than that. The drums itself goes further than that, but the modern music today is very unique to the United States and really unique to like recent history. It's not that long ago. Like 100 years isn't that long when you look at the overall history of music. So I think people do the justice if they look through the history objectively, not just what they like, but actually get the innovators who projected us to where we are today.
That is, I've never heard anyone say that, and I had no idea that drums were only around for about 100 years.
Well, the drum set itself, to what we know, like,
Well, yeah, obviously, like people, yeah, drums were around a
Yeah.
big time, but yeah, that's really, I did not know that.
it was a uniquely like United States thing. New Orleans, like it started out of funeral processions. Like they wanted to be able to bring the drum set or the drum, the whole entire band into the bars to be able to continue the celebration, but they couldn't because you couldn't fit 20 people in a bar. But you can nail a bass drum down, you can find a snare, you can grab a cymbal. Like they figured it out, innovated, and made something that we all use today and almost take for granted.
That's crazy. Well, there you go. Yes, you should learn the history of it.
I'm a nerd when it comes to drum history and all this stuff. I love it. I love the music history. It's what makes, if you don't know your history, where do you know where you're going? Like that's just really the way I look at it.
Absolutely. I love that. Oh.
Okay.
Oh my God, thank you guys so much. We're so excited. You're going to be out in March. We can't wait to hear the new stuff you write. Anxiety at best, like
You're writing a love song about docking, apparently.
they're writing a love song about ducking. You are. Check them out.
Big collab.
Opportunity. The first opportunity you get to see them do it. And we're super. Thank you for saying you're inspired by what we do, because we're super inspired by you. And just
We love you guys.
out there. We love you too. Get it.
I can't do a proper art. I struggle with things. I'm sorry.
Good. Thank you so much for coming on, and we can't wait to see you soon. No, you're gonna get it. It'll be fine. See you guys.
Bye guys. Have a good night. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here.